played at Clemson when you were at Boston College. You dealt with loud places. Death Valley's obviously up there. That's about as similar in terms of the size and noise that anybody here has dealt with outside of Bennett who played there. How do you try to prepare guys who just haven't been in an environment that hostile with that many people?
I would say it's hard to mentally prepare somebody for something that they haven't been physically. So just really just getting them to focus on every reps and just getting guys to focus and stuff and not pay attention to everything around them and really focus on what they're doing in the moment. So yeah.
How much of a challenge is that at you naturally a quarterback, just because cadence, silent counts, all those sorts of things that come with it and mid-noise?
Naturally, it should be technically it should be hard, but when you're focused on your reps or whatever your assignment is, you should be locked into whatever you're doing.
Anthony, just naturally as a quarterback, you're going to be critical of yourself. What did you feel like you did well out there when you were looking at the film from Saturday?
Made some quick decisions. But some of the decisions I could have hung on a little bit, and yeah, that was really it.
What have you seen from their secondary, in particular the outside corners? They had a couple of young guys play in place of Seven Banks and their other projected starter. So just what do you see from these young guys in film from their first game that you didn't have a chance to see in the offseason? They didn't play before.
Particularly from the young guys, they're really talented. Obviously, they went to Ohio State to not just sit behind people, but really talented, really fast. They play well with their techniques and just got to get after them.
Over the course of the game against Fresno State, the running game really got going. How beneficial is that to you as a quarterback, knowing that you don't have to really shoulder the load on the offense?
It's always beneficial to have a really strong running game, especially for the pass game. But it picked up really good in the second half, and we needed it. So that was good.
At BC, you had the Ren Bandana game.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 20th anniversary on Saturday. What did that game, what is this day mean to you?
To me, I had a lot of close friends and stuff back at home that lost family members on 9/11. But at BC, we played a red bandana game in remembrance of Wells Crowther, and he saved, I want to say it was about 12 people from one of the towers, and he was a special person to a lot of people outside of just that day. And that day is just showing you that people are men and women for others, and just being there for somebody else. And that's really important. So
the coaches have talked a lot about with the offensive line, the value of job switching and cross training I should say, playing multiple positions and rotating guys. What's that like for you as the leader of the offense to be playing with a rotation like that?
It's interesting. You get a lot of different looks because some people play different techniques, play it different a little bit in style, and it's good to have all of them and understand who plays how a certain way and stuff like that, just to get a good feel for it.
Do you realize when the fourth quarter, Dawson was in at left tackle, do you notice that at all when they're rotating the offensive lines much in game?
Always got to notice it. You always got to know your personnel, and but yeah, always really see it, but it doesn't really make a difference when everybody's moving at 100 miles an hour. So
maybe a weird question, but is there any significance to the TD on the socks there?
No, I was given these socks, and I think they just had TD on it, so it might have been somebody else's.
Figured it was worth the question.
Anthony, I think one of the, I don't know if it's a trend, but I feel like I've seen it multiple times, people wearing headbands upside down. I'm wondering where does that come from?
I've been wearing my headband upside down since I was a sophomore in high school, so that it wasn't really a trend. It was just something I did. It felt more comfortable to me.
Sure. And then just kind of talking about what you like doing, big game on Saturday. What do you like to do to get ready for a game, on Saturdays?
Just do what I do. Listen to my music, watch whatever I watch, and just stay to my own process. So.
Does it change at all for a road game, especially when it's an early kick?
No, I'm pretty used to the early kicks. Played a lot of early games at BC, so should be used to it.